name is Lady Charmaine, and my guests today are the stars of Lifetime's reality show, Preacher's Daughters. And they're here today to talk about the second season and the fight of their life. I want you to help me welcome Pastors Kenneth and Taylor Coleman to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glad we're on here.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the show today. And my Taylor, have you grown up since the first season, young lady?
Well, that's good.
Just watching you mature and blossom on the show, so we're going to definitely get into that. And I want to say, Pastor Coleman, how you doing? And welcome. This is your first time on the show, so welcome.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad to be on the show with us today.
Now, Pastor Coleman, I want to ask you, because I asked Taylor the last time, what has your experience been like since the show aired, now that you're in your second season?
Well, it's been a very wonderful experience. A lot of people have friends us on Facebook, and we're able to encourage more people. And they say they love the show. I love it.
What has your experience been like seeing your daughter's activities outside? Because now you get the chance to see them on the show. So when she's away from you, you get to see, the action. So what has that been for you watching your daughter on the show?
It's kind of strange because, a lot of stuff I didn't know until I saw, what was happening. But it's kind of strange seeing Taylor on TV. And I sit back and laugh sometimes, like, oh my God, this is us on TV.
Because you are an overprotective father. So how do you feel knowing that your daughter has become an adult and now she can leave the home and make her own decisions? So what is that like for you?
Oh, that's rough because, you try to cover them at all costs and want to make sure they make the right decisions. And now seeing her going out doing her thing, that's kind of rough. I still got my say-so, but not like you used to.
Right. And Taylor, now for you, you're starting a music career. So how's that going for you?
It's going really good. I actually have a new song, a new version of Forbidden coming out. I'm working with a real producer and everything, and it should be coming out really, really soon. And it's just going really good. I'm glad. Okay.
And how are things with you and Demadius?
Well, especially as you see, the last episode, Demadius, he wants to focus on his music career as well. And so we're not together or anything, but he's cool,
Okay. Okay, want to see if anything else was going on. And Dad, Taylor, did you expect from the music video, what kind of reaction were you expecting from your dad? Didn't you expect him to have the reaction that he did? Because I'm like, oh, that was a little steamy, young lady.
I didn't think, I'm especially knowing my dad, I knew he was going to have a little, I don't know how to explain the word. He didn't really like it like that. But I didn't think he was going to be so dramatic with it. Because if you think about it, I didn't show really no skin. My butt went all out. But he made it seem like that's what it was.
I can see where he's coming from a parent's point of view, though, because your baby is going to always be your baby in your eyes. And although we know you're becoming an adult, you're going to always be his baby. And that's how he's going to always look at you. He's not going to look at you as going into a mature, young, sexual woman. That's not how any parent want to view their children biting apples all sensuously and everything.
Right.
I'm just saying, so I understand. I had 2 daughters and I just had a son. So I totally understand where Dad is coming from. Now, Mr. Coleman, I want to know, what is your ideal man for your daughter?
Well, my ideal man would be someone that's a church man. He's able to provide for her. Someone that's not going to be playing games, but going to be serious business about my daughter and serving the Lord. Doesn't make any difference how tall or how short he is to me. Now you got to ask Taylor that part. Somebody that's a straight up church guy.
Someone who, because it's always good to have a man that can hear from God. Because if he can hear from God from the household, then he'll be able to lead the family. I got you, Pastor. I feel you.
Yeah.
Now, Taylor, what is your ideal gentleman?
Well, maybe I shouldn't, but I like a tall guy. I want to be tall. You gotta be cute, but I do understand where my dad's coming from about, being in church. But I don't want to say like, oh, he has to be all in church or all into it right now, because some people come to God a little bit later. But I do want someone who, of course, believes in God and basically is willing to learn more about God and what I believe in.
Okay, so you would rather him, even if he was cute and had everything, but just didn't have God, you say, well, that can come along later?
Sort of, like, he cannot, he can't be an atheist or anything. Like, he gotta have some type of base, you know?
Okay.
Maybe we can work with that. Because I'm not perfect, so I can work with that.
Okay, I know your dad probably raised an eyebrow sitting over there. I could just imagine Pastor Coleman over there. No, he better have the Lord first and all the other characteristics.
That's right.
So, Pastor Coleman, on future episodes coming up, we're going to notice and find out that you're battling something that's very serious. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I have a serious kidney condition, FSGS, and it is a condition that attacks not just the kidney, but your muscles, and it makes you weak. It makes you, it gets you sick a lot, you know. So I've been on dialysis, fighting this thing for a little while now. I was on life support for a while. It's a rough battle. This battle with this kidney disease is very, very rough.
Wow. So although we know this show is a reality show, but your reality has truly hit home for you, how do you feel knowing that your condition is now being played out on television?
Well, it's surreal. You know, I see it all the time, and it's like, oh my God, this is actually happening to me. You know, when you're at home, sometimes my daughter and my wife and my other kids, they kind of help me through this situation. It's a very serious situation, very serious condition, and they help me through it. And seeing it on TV, it's like, oh my God, I'm going through this, you know, and the whole world is seeing me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of a crazy thing.
Now, Taylor, for you, how does it feel for you, being such a young woman, seeing your father fight this particular illness?
Well, it's been hard, especially because no matter what, even though me and my dad, we bump heads a lot, that's still my dad, and I love him. So seeing him go through, like, what he has to go through, like, there's been times where he's basically on the ground because he's having cramps and stuff, and I can't do anything about it. So it kind of breaks my heart because, like, you want to be there to help, but the only thing you can do is say, I'm praying for you, and you're going to get through this. So it's hard seeing somebody that you truly love go through something. You really can't do anything about it, but just be there for support. I mean, even when I graduated last year from high school, my dad wasn't able to make it because he was on life support. So it's just every little thing makes a difference. Like, this kidney disease doesn't only affect him, it affects the whole family.
Right. Now, how can people help? If people are listening, is there any way people can actually help and aid in this fight that you're going through?
Yeah, we set up a kidney fund. It's called KenColemanKidneyFund.com. They can go on and they can donate to the kidney fund. It's designed to help us with these medical bills, because a lot of medical bills come behind all of this.
Mm-hmm.
The pills are very expensive. And when I get a transplant, the pills are even more expensive. Mm-hmm. You know, we just lost our insurance a couple of days ago. The job dropped my insurance, so now we have to go and buy some other kind of insurance, which is another issue. You know, this is terrible. We never thought this would ever happen to us. I never thought it would happen to me, you know, and I thought it was kind of crazy because I used to be a donor myself. You know, I was going to donate to somebody. It didn't make no difference who and what. But, you know, they can go online and check out KenColemanKidneyFund.com, and they can help us out by donating.
And when you say after the transplant, because my father-in-law had a liver transplant, and the medication is very expensive after you have a transplant. So we totally understand what you're going through, and that is so sad that you were dropped. And I thought through Obamacare that they couldn't do that. So we're going to pray, You know that God, we know that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that works within us. And we know that God is a healer. But during that process, we still want you to have some good health care too.
Yes, ma'am. We need that help. So God is able to do it. You know, I know He is.
And so for the both of you, and I want to talk to you, ask you first, Pastor, for the viewing audience, what do you want the viewing audience to take away from watching your family on this show?
I want them to take away that our family is a loving family. We have issues in our family. We're dealing with some serious medical issues, but we're still a same loving family. And no matter what we go through, we're going to be a Christian family. Mm-hmm. I don't care what we fight. I don't care what devil comes our way. I don't care how the enemy attacks my body or attacks my kids or my wife. He's already defeated. The devil's a liar, and he's defeated, and we already got the victory.
I know that's right. And for you, Taylor, what do you want the viewing audience to take away from watching you on the show?
Well, I want the audience to basically take away that even though I'm a preacher's daughter, you know, I'm my own person, and I'm finding my way. Like, a lot of people want to just judge from, like, oh, she's doing this, or she's doing that, and she's going to be like this. And just like everybody else who had to grow up, they had to find their way, they had to become who they are, and I'm becoming who I am with God by my side. And, yeah, I might make some mistakes, and I'm probably going to make more, but that's part of living. I want everyone to understand that and to learn from it, too. Like, the people, for the kids who are around my age, they don't have to make the same mistakes I make because they see where it gets you.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. I was in a store on Sunday, and there's people who know my career, and they were talking to me about your show. And I was able to explain to them about the show, and it was basically what you said. It's because they thought that it was an exploitation of preachers and their daughters, and so they had a whole view, although they had never seen the show. So I was able to explain to them, because these people are also pastors as well. I said it's what everybody go through under their roof with their children, with their daughters that are trying to find their way. And I said, and that's what you're actually watching. And it was like, oh, so I was able to explain the show to them, and so they said, okay, good, now I'm gonna watch the show. But it's what so many other people go through when you have children. You know, everybody, you're getting past the mom and dad relationship with the Lord and developing your own and finding your own way. When children are young, they're going to church because they're going with us. You're going to children's church, you know, Sunday school. So then when you come an adult, now you have to have your own personal relationship, you know what I mean, and use everything your parents taught you. And that's what you're viewing on television. That's how I look at the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for explaining that.
Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. and
I thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Pastor. And I just want to thank you both for coming on the show. And I want to remind the audience to make sure that you tune in to Preacher's Daughters on Wednesday, 9/8 Central on Lifetime. It is a great show. So to all your friends, family, to tune in. And Pastor Coleman, we're going to be praying for you. We believe God for your healing, and we believe God for your medical as well. So I can't wait to hear the testimony. And prayerfully in the third season, we can see what God does, you know, so you'll be a living testimony for the world.
Amen. Thank you.
You are so welcome, and God bless you both.
God bless you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.